Hey everybody, MntDewMania here. Welcome back to Vox Populi Diamond, and it's the end of the day, and I'm just kind of winding down, taking a break, relaxing. And of course, if you know this is Friday, you know that it's time for the RedNeck Rants. And I have had this particular one planned since I decided to do a season 4. Um, my good friend Lady Sakura and I had a discussion right when I was kind of ending season 3 and getting ready for season 4. And we were just having a discussion about just things that we like and who we watch on YouTube. We're both big Markiplier fans, and that's one of the things we always talk about. And we kind of got on of the subject of this rant. And if you're keeping up with me, and I sincerely hope you are, we are on the letter P. P is for pedestal. And I'm sure everybody knows what a physical pedestal is. It's just like a stand, and you put something up there that you want to show off, that you're proud of, a statue or something, a trophy. You put it on a pedestal so everybody can love and admire it, and it's set above everything, just common. Okay? So, just so we're all clear on what I'm talking about. So, I want to talk to you about a different kind of pedestal. The definition that I found in the handy dandy dictionary that I am looking for is a position of eminence or supposed superiority. I'm talking about putting people on a pedestal. And I think we all are guilty in some form or other, be it a relative, a wife, husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, partner, but mostly figures, famous figures, movie stars, TV stars, sports stars, YouTube stars. I think that pedestal placing can be bad for everybody. For the person that is putting you on the pedestal, and for the person that is on the pedestal. It can be, Gloria Steinem said, a pedestal is as much a prison as any small confined space. That's totally true. I think that when we put somebody on a pedestal, you might as well pretty much just lock them up in a room and not let them move ever. It's so easy to idolize someone that you love and admire. And of course, you want to sing their praises at every opportunity. Um, but I think that it can be very hurtful to you when that person that you idolize so much, you find out, because I mean the spotlight's on them now. They're up on that pedestal and they are shining like a star, and that means that every single thing they do, say, think, feel is there even more for the world to see. And lo and behold, sooner or later, you find out, probably the hard way, that that person is just human, and they have flaws and they make mistakes, and it absolutely crushes you to find that out. We don't want our heroes to have flaws. We don't want our favorite superstar to be a normal person. We like them being special and up on the pedestal and shining like the supernova they are. And how dare you disappoint me by being human? Now, you're probably sitting there nodding your head because you've done it. You have put somebody up there and you just thought they were the end all, get all, just, reaching godlike status, you know. I don't mean God as in God. I mean, like, I think you know what I mean. Um, it's just, you know, I don't understand. I do understand it. We all want to, like I said, we all want a hero. We want somebody that we can look up to, and they get it right. They always get it right, and I want to work toward getting it right too, and being just like, the superstar. And why doesn't superstar love me? And why doesn't Superstar notice me? Well, Superstar is too busy being a superstar up on the pedestal that everybody you know, shoved him up there, and now they have to shine because the whole world's looking at them. It's somebody said, don't allow anyone to put you on a pedestal. It's too easy to fall off. From every person that I looked up and all the quotes that I looked up about people talking about being put on a pedestal, most stars, actors, the sports people that get put on pedestals don't want to be up there. They want to be just as everyday as they possibly can. Yeah, they have they do cool jobs and it seems glamorous. And, it's cool to be rich and famous, but it's also bad. It can get to be a very trying, taxing thing. And you when people put them on pedestals, most actors say they don't like it. They just they want to be thought of as just they make mistakes, and they don't want people to get the wrong impressions about who they really are. But of course we do, don't we? Um, we do it. It's not like, you know, um, the people change, just because they're up on the pedestal. They don't. They're the same person. But in our minds, they change. We give them this big, glowy crown to stick on their head, and proclaim them, the best in the universe, and they have to live up to that. And that's a lot to live up to, you know? When you have probably millions and millions and millions of fans, just, hanging on to every word you say, everything you do, every food you eat, every book you like, every, text, tweet. And stars are more accessible in some ways than they used to be. You know, um, Now there's a chance that your favorite star might tweet back at you, or that's especially true. That's what Lady Sakura and I were talking about on YouTube. YouTube stars, and I use that just as because I really don't know what else to say. Um, have it, I think, worse than, let's say, a Hollywood stars, actors. They are more accessible. There is a chance of more one-on-one, or a YouTube star might recognize you in a comment or something. Um, Now, let's say one of my favorite actors is Jason Statham. I love Jason Statham. Now, if I was to tweet at him, I would have just about as much chance of him saying something to me as I would just dancing on the moon. On the other hand, I am a huge fan of Generic B, Paul Soares Jr., and they I'm very lucky to say that quite a few times I get a response. I have been a fan for a long time, and I support them both, and they are just absolutely awesome guys. And every once in a while, I am very happy to say that I get a line, or I get a comment, or Jenny B will even get in a kind of a conversation, you know, and but we tend to, you know, just idolize people, and I think we hold them to a higher standard, and I don't think that's fair to do that. Um, and I can give you a perfect example using myself. Even as old as I am, I put people on pedestals, and I expect that star to shine without any kind of tarnish just for me. And I'm talking about Markiplier. I am a huge dedicated Markiplier fan. I have been since about 20,000 subscribers. Um, and I mean, when I'm even as, I mean, like I said, even as old as I am, when you put somebody on that pedestal, you expect that star to shine, and you are disappointed when, you're not noticed for being an adoring fan. I mean, um, the spiritual diva said, when you put someone up on a pedestal, you set them up for failure. And that's true. And it's not fair um, to the person that you're putting up there. When I put you on a pedestal and I put you above everybody else, shining like the star I want you to shine, you have no right to disappoint me. How dare you? And people are going to make mistakes, and they're not going to live up to your expectations, so of course they're going to fail. And it's not fair to them for you doing that, and it's not fair for you to do that to them. But we do it, you know. Um, it's you know, James Dobson said, when you let people put you up on a pedestal, you take one step in any direction, and you're going to go down. There is not much room for mistakes up there. And then we get pissed off when we find out that our pedestal person is just human. And I don't know. It seems it's unfair for everybody. Um, I think that's why I like some of the people I like, because they're not like that. They are just who they are. They're flawed. They make mistakes. Perfect example of somebody that I don't always agree with, but I do admire, and I really don't want to put on a pedestal, because I know sooner or later they're going to say something that I don't like, and that's Philip DeFranco. I am a huge fan. But I think one of the things that I do like about him is he will tell you um, pretty often, I am flawed. At some point I'm going to say something you don't like, you know. So I kind of appreciate that kind of honesty and straightforwardness, you know. So it reminds you, you know what? These people that we admire and love so much, they're just human. And when we do get disappointed in them, we have to remember we're the ones that stuck them up on that pedestal. We did it. They didn't volunteer. Now, some people, let's be honest, they jump up on the pedestal before you even want to put them up there. They think they deserve to be up there. Um, and I mean, they don't. One of the best quotes that I found from a YouTuber was from Shane Dawson. Now I've watched him a couple times. I mean, not I'm not subscribed or anything, but I do. I've seen some of his work, and I've seen him and some of the Fine Brothers react. I mean, he seems like very funny, very genuine, you know. He said, I think celebrities are kind of put up on a pedestal and we don't really know much about them. I feel my fans know every part of me because I've shown them. Sometimes just being straightforward and honest, even about your flaws, even about things that you don't think people, it's probably a good idea, you know? Because I, if you have kids, ask your kids who they idolize or who, and it's probably going to be some movie star, you know? And these people get pushed up on these pedestals by us, by media, magazines, TV exposure, and they almost feel like they can't make a mistake. They can't be who they really are because people are going to be so disappointed in them, you know? And like I said, we do that ourselves. It's nobody's fault but ours. Um, Neil Schuderman said, a pedestal is the most insidious prison ever devised. And it is. Once we put that person up on that pedestal, they are trapped there. We expect them to, like I said, shine like a star 24/7 just for our amusement and pleasure. They cannot make mistakes. They cannot get it wrong. They have to perform for us all the time, shine like a star all the time, be this superhero all the time, and what they really want to do is kick back, put their feet up, you know, eat a corn dog, eat a cookie, drink that drink that's not good for them, be slouchy, and they can't because they have to be so perfect and divine for us. So keep that in mind the next time you start getting to that point where you almost are just, I mean, fascinated with someone and feel they deserve this just adoring, audience 24/7, and you start to put them on a pedestal. Think about what you're doing. You know, um, you want to put somebody on a pedestal. You want somebody to, get all the. Think about just everyday people that probably don't get that kind of treatment and should. Teachers, nurses, firemen, you know, um, just moms working two jobs to get their kids, so their kids can eat. People like that are the ones that deserve that kind of admiration from us, I think, it's too easy to put these stars up on a pedestal, because I think ultimately we're kind of beating ourselves up, because they're human and they're going to make a mistake and they're going to disappoint you, and I mean, and you're going to be hurt because of it, and you know it's really nobody to blame but ourselves. So tell me in the comments below, who is the person that you have put up on a pedestal, and when they when it came to the point when you found out, well, yeah, they really are human, um, what'd you do? All right. So this is MntDewMania. This is Redneck Rants. P is for pedestal. All right, guys. Catch you next time. I'm so out of here. Later.